Please gather around. We're kicking off the Loving Local 2020 Gala now.
When I think about community, the first thing that comes to my mind is the neighborhood that I reside in. Some of the really key qualities of the Westwood neighborhood are the people, the culture, and the history that it brings to the larger Denver community.
Something I love about my community and that I've learned through Denver Kids is that your community is not just you. It's always somebody else around you, no matter their age, their size, or their race. There's always somebody there for you, no matter what.
I love Denver because it is a place where immigrants and people of diverse cultures and backgrounds can continue to build their lives.
Denver is my community, and I think community means where a group of people live close to each other and they care for each other, they love each other, and they respect each other.
I grew up in Denver in the Park Hill community and am a product of Denver Public Schools and Colorado universities.
I am a senior at Thomas Jefferson High School. Something I love about TJ's community is our diversity.
I love my local community, the Harvey Park neighborhood, because community is what brings us together. Troubleshooting with my community to better the environment for my benefit and for others.
When I think about the reasons why I really appreciate working at Denver Kids, it's truly about the students that we engage with.
I love working at Denver Kids because the people and the leadership are very committed and passionate.
I love Denver Kids because they gave me an opportunity so where I can become a better leader, a better person overall.
I love working for Denver Kids because we're able to support teens and families and offer exciting opportunities to our students.
Denver Kids working with us has shown us how to be social, how to check in with one another no matter what.
Denver Kids students inspire me with their passion, their hopes, and their dreams.
For nearly 75 years, we have utilized a whole child approach that recognizes the unique strengths and needs of each individual and family.
I love working with Denver Kids because they help me become aware of opportunities that I have. They also support me and believe I can achieve anything.
Together, we dream bigger.
Welcome. My name is Yasmin. I go by Yazzie. I will be your MC for this evening. Thank you for joining us for the Denver Kids Loving Local 2020 Gala, which is co-hosted by our Denver Kids Young Professionals Council. We are honored to have you all here today and with us this evening to celebrate our community together. I'm excited to participate and have the opportunity to share a bit about my story and how Denver Kids has helped me grow and become the person I am today. Just a moment ago, you heard from the Denver Kids students and staff about the importance of community and what it means to them. Community means a lot to me too. As a part of one big community, we all need to take care of each other in times of need and be there for one another, especially during this pandemic, by the way. I love Denver and my local community because of our diversity. We have people from all different cultures and all different backgrounds, which is pretty amazing. This diversity inspires different ideas and opinions. My own personal community is made up of 3 strong women who raised me, my mother and my 2 grandmothers. Growing up, it was just the 4 of us. They taught me everything I know, how to be independent, self-sufficient, and hardworking. We don't stop until the work is done. We don't quit either. We don't give up, and most importantly, we don't give up on each other. We show people compassion and kindness all around. Despite some of the struggles, getting knocked down, and experiencing a lot of tragedy growing up, I try to focus on the concept of showing kindness to others and also myself. Showing kindness to yourself helps you learn and grow as a person. And it's my firm belief that no matter who you are, where you come from, if you're open to the idea of change, anyone can do it. Anyone can transform into their best selves. Another community that means a lot to me is Denver Kids. I've been part of Denver Kids community for 10 years now. I love my Educational SEL Counselor, Miss Debbie. She is so open-minded, and I love talking to her. One of my favorite experiences with Miss Debbie has been working together on social and emotional learning, particularly with Denver Kids' well-being tool called Self, Others, and Life. So, As you can gather from the name, this tool focuses on 3 relationships in your life. Your relationships with yourself, others around you, and your life, of course. Whatever is going on in my life, I can always apply it back to the balancing these 3 categories. This tool really resonates with me because I strongly believe that well-being is a key thing. And because of my passion for well-being, I desire to help others after I graduate high school. I'm really interested in studying alternative medicine. Debbie and I have been exploring some schools, and we've discovered that the Metropolitan State University of Denver offers an integrative medicine program, which combines traditional and non-traditional medicine. This could give me the opportunity to work in a clinic or perhaps one day open my own. I enjoy talking about my future and goals like this with Debbie. She gives me the motivation to keep moving despite any obstacles and has supported me every step of the way. Working with Debbie has also made me more confident in my decisions, and I know I can do anything I can put my mind to. And now, I'd like to introduce you to the Denver Kids CEO, Patrick Byrne, and Denver Kids Chief Impact Officer, Michelle Wiley.
Good evening. Wow, Yazzie, that was great. We so appreciate your sharing, so powerful. I'm excited for tonight, this remarkable event. I'm Denver Kids CEO Patrick Byrne.
And I am Denver Kids Chief Impact Officer Michelle Wiley.
To start off, we just wanted to first acknowledge our remarkable community. This is a Love and Local event. This is about our Denver community, how much we appreciate our community. And I want to start with our Denver Kids community, which is truly exceptional. First and foremost is our students and families. This is about what tonight is about. It's our mission. It's the work we do. And all of you that support our mission, our just incredible staff that are so dedicated to our young people, our volunteer mentors, so many volunteers that support our organization, our incredible board of directors who are hosting a number of parties tonight. What's so cool about tonight, Michelle, is that it's also an event co-hosted by our Young Professionals Council. It's made up of about 43 young people that have helped put this together.
And a huge shout out to our student MC, Yazzie. I feel so fortunate to be part of Yazzie's community. And Patrick, she talked about kindness and compassion, and which is just needed so much right now. Remember our recent Zoom call with her? Great. We actually got to learn that Yazzie was awarded an award for kindness at her school. We got to see where it hangs in her home, and we also got to see how she is set up for remote learning this fall.
That meeting was so cool, and what's so wonderful about this work is we get the chance to learn so much from our young people. And during that presentation, I remember thinking the importance of kindness and warmth during these times, and those powerful words from Yazzie. Yazzie is one of nearly 1,300 students that we support in Denver Public Schools. It's pretty amazing that we're moving into our 75th year. That's a long time with DPS, which is incredible. We're working across about 150 schools, and I think what's truly unique about the Denver Kids model is we serve students for multiple years, 7+ years, and that is deep relationship building, years of phone calls, school visits, goal setting, dreaming, and supporting our students with the mentors, our schools, and community.
Yeah, and our Denver Kids teammates are so dedicated. We all know that our support for students has looked a little different recently, but we still approach this support through this community lens, really looking at the networks that our students have, which include extended families and neighborhoods, and the teachers and school staff. I mean, they're all part of our community. You are part of our community. These are just unprecedented times. And Patrick, I think about how our students in particular are being impacted, which is exactly why we're here tonight. We all contribute to Denver Kids in different ways, and as a community, we all walk alongside our students. We support their academic success, their social and emotional well-being, and we know that our students are also brilliant, and they're adaptable, and we see their resilience every single day.
Yeah, they really are. And these are difficult times. As you identify, there's real inequity that has impacted our young people. It not only relates to their education, but healthcare and housing. So many of our young people and our families are essential workers as well. And it feels like so much of our life is out of control. But we're an organization that is truly seeking to create impact in young people's lives, to walk alongside them during this crisis, and also to really support them as they go back to school. We're offering ways for you to impact change tonight, and that includes putting on a great fundraiser. We're going to have such a good time tonight. It's right in our backyard. It's really what Denver Kids is all about. We are the epitome of local, 75 years. We've been in Denver for a generation, and this is an investment in our students. It's an investment in our community for the long term.
And we'll get a chance to hear firsthand the larger impact of Denver Kids. We have a board member, Jared Jackson, who will be speaking tonight. And Jared is not only a board member, but he's also a Denver Kids graduate. So what a unique perspective that he's going to bring. He's going to talk about the current state of the world, as well as the impacts on our students. And we're also going to get to hear from a few of our current students, Xavier and Destiny, and get inspired again by their resilience and their commitment to their own educational success and well-being. This is what tonight is about. It's about our mission. It's about all of us connecting to our mission to support our young people, to make sure that even though we're in these unprecedented times, that our students have the support that they need to be successful in remote learning, to graduate, to move forward and engage in college or a career that's meaningful to them, to find success in their lives. This is the inspiration behind our Loving Local theme, these Denver Kids students who are the center of our community. And our students are all relying on us, on all of us. We're just so grateful to have you all joining us tonight, and we need you now more than ever.
And we are celebrating. We're supporting our students, and as Michelle highlighted, we're going to also have some fun tonight. I wish we were in the ballroom in person, but we're here virtually. Parties all over Denver. I have my cowboy boots on. I have my cowboy hat. Celebrating living in Colorado, the mountains, the outdoors. I love horseback riding. I think at the core, I wish I could be a cowboy. And I get one night to do it. And a shout out to so many folks that are hosting parties. I think of Noel and Jim Emmy and Mary, board members, mentors hosting parties, donors, staff. We want to have a great time, and we really do want to celebrate local. And I see you're wearing some salsa dancing gear. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yep, I'm loving the Western theme. I'm actually repping some city vibes, right? Like salsa dancing, looking forward to getting back to La Rumba for some salsa and bachata. So, back to Mercury Cafe for some swing dancing. So my family, we're having a party that's all around dance party. We'll have a Spotify playlist, some good food. And again, it's a celebration, right? We need moments like this where we can celebrate successes, we can come together in moments of joy during these really difficult times. And here we are all in community doing this together. So make sure to post your pictures of your parties and your outfits on your Facebook page.
Agreed. Use Facebook as a means of chatting, show your pictures. We want to celebrate tonight. And thank you for showing up tonight. All of your support. And this is going to be just a wonderful evening. And we want to pass it back to you, Yazzie.
Thank you, Patrick and Michelle. Tonight we want to celebrate some special community partnerships that make Denver Kids such a strong organization. Every year we celebrate Community Impact Awards as a way for us to acknowledge and honor the key individuals and organizations who've made a significant difference on our mission. This year's awards winners are Anita Monaghan, to you, Rebecca Holmes, Linda Apolipsius, Ebony Lachey, and Joe Keloff. We're so grateful for each and every one of these award winners, from mentoring and volunteer support to working as board members and fundraisers. Denver Kids would not be the same without you. To learn more about each winner and the impact they've had on Denver Kids, you can visit the link below, and we are truly grateful to have these supporters within our community. And now I'd like to introduce our testimonial speaker, Denver Kids alumnus and board member Jared Jackson. Jared joined Denver Kids when he was just 10 years old. 25 years later, he now sits on our board of directors. Welcome, Jared.
Good evening. My name is Jared Jackson, and I'm a board member of Denver Kids, and I'm excited to be here with you guys this evening. It's been a circuitous journey for me, but one that I hold in high esteem. Denver Kids holds a special place in my heart, as I was a Denver kid when I was younger, and so life comes full circle. I had given a speech in 2013 at the Breakfast Gala, and my speech tonight, if we can even call it that, will look a bit different. 2013 was a different year than now. Life looks a little bit different, as we all know, in 2020. As you all have just heard from Yazzie, and you have seen how inherently brilliant and determined that she is to succeed, and we know that she will go off to do many great things. I also think that perhaps it would undervalue that brilliance and that tenacity for me to also share a story about my journey up through life and to this point. Given that life in 2020 has looked different for all of us, I thought that perhaps we could have a different type of conversation this evening. This year, with the deaths of George Floyd, of Breonna Taylor, Elijah McClain here locally, we recently lost social justice stalwarts like John Lewis and Ruth Gator Ginsburg. We are at a precipice in this country where we have major and difficult choices to make. And as I think about those choices, I think about what role Denver Kids plays in helping to move our society forward. What it did for me in my life, what it does for so many people in our community. When I look at what Denver Kids is, I think that they represent a set of values and a set of ideals. The idea that despite who a child is born to, a family of little means or meager means should have the same opportunities to succeed in our community here in Denver as one that's born into means and prestige. That a young black boy that we serve should not have to worry about dying as he skateboards through an adjacent neighborhood on his way to a better school. That a young girl whose family may be in some sort of strife should not have to navigate a fundamentally broken educational system all by herself on her way to chase the dream of becoming an engineer or doctor or attorney. From my experience of being involved with the organization over the last 25 years, they are as perfect stewards of those ideals and values as I've ever come across. There has not been a year in human history of which I'm aware where the actions of the men and women have not altered the course of history, at least in some way. But this year in 2020, I believe that given coronavirus, racial unrest, the exposure of extreme economic inequality, our world will shift in quite major ways, and this will have perhaps a bigger impact on history than any year of which I've ever been alive that has come before this. And I think that part of shaping that history is Denver Kids. And I think that part of Denver Kids' ability to shape that history is dependent on enough people buying into those ideals and supporting this local community as best that they can. Right now, as students have transitioned to at-home learning, maybe a combination of at-home learning and in-school learning, the mission and the work that Denver Kids does is as important as ever. They single-handedly serve as a lifeline for our students who maybe don't have access to technology, who don't have access to a caring adult to listen to the emotional problems that are caused by the social isolation of quarantine. We are the lifeline to parents who are looking for resources as maybe they've suffered from job loss due to no fault of their own. Our counselors, as I've come to know them, do a phenomenal job of serving as that lifeline of a listening ear, of a caring adult in the lives of so many of our students, so that they don't get lost in a year that's largely wayward to many of us. These are the things that Denver Kids is doing right now that have an impact on the lives of the students that we serve, that will give them the ability to reach their highest potential. So, as you've heard from Yazzie and all the other phenomenal students describe what community means to them and that have shared their unbelievable stories, I want you to keep in mind that their stories are their stories because they're incredibly gifted and talented and unique in their own right. And what they need is the broader community to reach out and see that talent. And part of seeing that talent is to not let your support of Denver Kids stop this evening with hopefully what's a generous check. Hopefully your support of Denver Kids and these students goes well beyond their high school years, follows them through college, and hopefully one day you'll consider hiring them at your firms, at your companies, and your medical offices. Not only will you be the beneficiary of, in my opinion, some of the best talent that this city has to offer, but you'll also be doing something substantially more. As you think about your involvement in loving local and supporting Denver Kids, I want you to think about the ideals and the values that Denver Kids represents, but also about the importance that they play in kids' lives and how those kids need your support now more so than ever. Although we've talked a lot about the problems and the systemic injustices that our kids face on a day-to-day basis, I do feel hopeful. I feel hopeful when I interact with the staff at Denver Kids. I feel hopeful when I talk to the counselors. I feel hopeful when I drive to my office in Union Station downtown and I see protesters of all races, creeds, income levels, that there are people out there who have said that they are no longer going to accept all of the benefits of a prosperous community and city in locale like Denver without fighting to extend all of that same prosperity to some of the amazing students that we serve. So thank you all for being here with us tonight. We hope that you enjoyed your evening and that as we wrap up what has been a year of great challenge in 2020, that we have the ability to move into 2021 more hopeful and more ready to make a change for our city. Thank you.
Thank you, Jared, for sharing your perspective with us. Your honesty reflects the realities that students like me face regularly. And now, I invite you to join us for our virtual paddle race. It's a chance for all of you to invest in our local community by supporting Denver Kids and the values we stand for today. Normally, if we were all together in person, we'd ask you to raise your paddle number as we grow from our highest level of $20,000 all the way down to $100, at whatever level you can. Instead, tonight we just ask you to visit the link below to make your donation as we reach the level that feels right for you. Then, if you're comfortable, let us know about your donation in our Loving Local Facebook group. We'll start out at the highest level. Who out there will make a $20,000 donation tonight? This donation is the cost to provide a complete wraparound services for a student's entire time in Denver Kids, from elementary all the way up to high school graduation. This includes support from an educational SEL counselor, enrichment activities outside the classroom, social and emotional learning tools, and college and career planning. Will you support at $20,000 tonight? We just got a $20,000 commitment from Jared and Elaine Chalk. Thank you so much, Jared and Elaine, for supporting Denver kids at this level. If you'd like to join the Chalks at the $20,000 level, visit the link below and let us know on our virtual event Facebook group. Next up is our $10,000 level. Will you make a donation for $10,000 this evening? I know you want to. This level provides educational SEL counseling services for 7 Denver Kids students just like me for 1 whole year. Like I said earlier, I absolutely love working with Miss Debbie, my educational SEL counselor. Debbie gives me the motivation to keep moving forward despite any obstacle. I'm also excited to share that Larry and Margaret Byrne have just volunteered to support Denver kids with $10,000 tonight. I ask that you join Larry and Margaret at this level by visiting the link below, then let us know in our Loving Local Facebook group. To continue our virtual paddle race, I'd like to bring in Denver Kids student Xavier.
Hi, my name is Xavier. I'm in 7th grade and my Denver Kids Educational SEL counselor is Jordan. Working with Denver Kids has helped me come out of my shell and improve people skills. Jordan gives me the feeling of safety. He is always there to listen and he makes sure I never fall behind. I'm very proud that I am on track in school. I've had some personal problems in my life that I could have used excuses for failing, but instead I use those things as motivation to try harder every single day. Now I want to continue to stay on track with school so I can get into a really good college and follow my dream to become a science technician. I know I can do it, and Jordan will be right by my side the whole time. Tonight, I'm asking you for a donation at a level of $5,000. Your donation of $5,000 this evening could provide an educational SEL counseling service like Jordan's throughout a student's entire time in middle school, where I am right now. That includes a transition into high school. Will you make a donation of $5,000 to Denver Kids this evening? Thank you so much to Jim and Gwen Powers, who have just committed to donate $5,000 level. Will you guys be joining them? Visit the link below, then let us know in our Loving Local Facebook group. In addition to support of Jordan, I have a volunteer mentor named Chris. I have been paired with Chris for a little over a year now. When I first met Chris, I had a lot going on in my life, so I decided to talk to Jordan about it, and he encouraged me to take some time and figure out what I really needed. After I worked out through some things, I realized that I actually really did want Chris in my life. The whole process was a growing experience, and I advocated for myself and learned that it was okay to reflect on my decisions and relationships. Now I'm really glad to have Chris. He's an outgoing and energetic person, and he makes me feel very comfortable. We like to go on walks together and with his dogs, and we also like to cook together, and he taught me how to make a really delicious soup. And tonight, I want to ask you to consider a donation of $2,500. A contribution at this level enables 2 students to be matched with a volunteer mentor, just like I matched with Chris. Wow, we just got a $2,500 commitment from Joan Brennan. Thank you so much, Joan. Will you commit to $2,500 tonight? Visit the link below to make a donation and then let us know on Facebook. Our next level is $1,000. Who out there is to commit $1,000 this evening? A gift this level will ensure Denver Kids students, just like me, will have access to engaging out-of-school enrichment programming during the school year. This includes events that I've attended, like Backpack to School, where Denver Kids community gather for a grill out and we get to pick out our school supplies and have new backpacks and start out the school year. We have just heard from United Healthcare, who is committed to $1,000 tonight, and another one, Patrick Lobby, is also giving us $1,000. Will you join United Healthcare and Patrick Lobby by donating $1,000? All you have to do is to visit the link down below. To finish our virtual paddle raise, I'd like to introduce Denver Kids student Destiny.
Hi, my name is Destiny. I've been with Denver Kids for 4 years. I graduated from high school last year. Now I'm continuing to work with Denver Kids as part of the first year retention program, where graduates can continue to receive support for 1 year after high school. I'm currently taking college courses at 2 institutes while I apply for nursing school. Something I'm really proud of is my current work ethic. I know I struggled to get to where I am, but I've worked really hard and I want to keep going. Right now, I work closely with Olivia, my Denver Kids Future Options Coordinator, who is not only my advisor, but also a really good friend. Your gift at the $500 level tonight can provide 1 year of support for one Denver Kids graduate, like me, who is continuing to participate in Denver Kids programming through the first year retention program. I'm grateful I get to continue working with Olivia this year while I follow the plan we put together last year. Just because I've started something, it doesn't mean it'll necessarily go as planned, and Olivia is always there as we work through the hiccups together. I'm excited to announce that Redo Renewable Energy has just committed to $500. Visit the link below, join Redo Renewable Energy, and make your $500 donation now. Our next level is $250. Who out there can commit to a $250 donation right now? This level will help provide future option support to Denver Kids students, just like Olivia supported me when I was making a plan for my future. During high school, I felt like I had a crystal ball full of ideas of life after graduation. It was overwhelming for me. Olivia was always there to listen though, and after working with her, I felt like I had a yellow brick road toward my future, and I knew what I needed to do to move myself forward. Your gift of $250 this evening can help make this possible for a current Denver Kids senior. Visit the link below to make your donation. Our final level this evening is $100. I ask that you please take a moment to consider donating $100 tonight. This donation can help Denver Kids students receive the ongoing support of an educational SEL counselor during elementary, middle, and high school. In high school, my counselor and I worked with social emotional well-being tools. These tools helped me learn about things like active listening and positivity. This helped me when I was looking at my future and it felt uncertain, so I decided to look at it with positivity, even if I didn't know what it would look like. Thank you for considering a $100 donation tonight. Don't forget to let us know about your donation in our Facebook group. That concludes our virtual paddle raise this evening. I'll pass it back to Yazzie.
Thank you, Destiny and Xavier, for leading us throughout our virtual paddle raise. We hope that each and every one of you tuning in this evening will consider a virtual paddle raise gift at whatever level you are able to. The virtual paddle raise option will be in the link below and will be open the rest of the weekend. The gift poll is open until it is sold out, and don't forget to check out our silent auction before it closes tonight at 10 p.m. Thank you again for tuning in tonight and supporting Denver Kids and students like me. We are so grateful to all of you who contributed in whatever way, even just watching. To all the party hosts out there, thank you for gathering your community this evening. Don't forget to share your party photos at the Loving Local 2020 Gala Facebook group.